we can't morph because that costs too much money.
You're supposed to feel the underdog element. You're supposed to be like, yeah, they can do it. But why not just go get 5 like Navy SEALs? Give me that shit. And they all just walk up to the thing like, morphin' time, and just fuck everything up.
A Navy SEAL would morph right away. He wouldn't constantly mope. No.
Do you know who I am? I was once just like you.
She was getting gold to make her giant gold monster that just looked like gelatinous piss at the end.
I was fine with the prolonged setup.
I think it reached a point where it's like, okay, we got her set up. They're learning to be Power Rangers. You got to have an action scene or two in there for a movie like that. Like
the action scene was the training montage. And
yeah, I guess.
This movie followed the superhero formula pretty well. I mean, the origin story, right? Like, establish your characters. They're whatever, losers, whatever.
Sure.
They find their power. They accidentally use their power. There are many scenes of that. You know, when the kid accidentally breaks the thing, the sink, reaches for the sink. There's a handful of scenes where they use their powers accidentally, and then there's a scene where they test their powers, which is now a jump across a building. It's a Spider-Man. Everyone jump over this big thing, and then we got to test our powers, and then they do the training montage, and but they never did like. There was never an early scene where like this is what you're lacking. I think where they you know, foil a crime.
Yeah, you gotta see with them in their suits, even if it's them fighting the putties or something. One scene at least with them, but they don't get their suits until the climax of the movie.
Yeah. They make a really big deal about them learning. I don't know if that's the case with the show where they could only morph when they're all like cohesive mentally.
I have no idea.
But they really made a big deal about that, and it seems sort of like. I guess if it's the subtext of the movie is like teamwork or whatever.
Yeah.
Because at the end they all work together as a team as the giant robot. I'm strictly speaking from like a layman.
Just watching a movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm watching this movie knowing zero about the source material. It's a movie about these 5 people that are all different working together as a team, and at the end they have to work as a team to make the big robot move. And that's all I got out of it.
Yeah.
Do you feel it? Deep down inside. You are strong. You must work together.
You must become warriors.
I was grateful for the lack of action for the first 90 minutes because I just didn't want to hear it. I'm like, just keep talking.
Once the action happens, it's obnoxious.
Yeah. I'm just like, okay, fine. Have another scene where you're talking in a room. I'm just like, I'm
a small scale action scene where they're just like punching and kicking and fighting, like that would have been okay.
Yeah, that was their training montage, but it wasn't. There was no threat. There was no stakes because it was just a training montage. So you don't get that emotion from, like, the putty. Rita has summoned the power of having 5 or 6 putties storm into the high school during the big football game, and we got to become the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers to run and save everyone at the football game. See, that would have been exciting.
Yeah.
Instead, there's a prolonged sequence where they're fighting holographic putties in a cave.
Yes.
And you get no emotion from that.